Hello everyone, let us start with the next chapter on the sorting techniques. Now in this sorting techniques, we will study the different sorting algorithms. This is unit 2, chapter 4. The first sorting technique that we will study is the basic sorting technique, that is bubble sort. Now this bubble sort is a brute force technique. Now what is brute force? Brute force means you apply all the power, right, without less intelligence. It is a naive approach. It is the most basic thing that is called as the brute force. Now the second technique that we will see is the selection sort. Now what is selection sort? It is also a brute force technique. Now in this we will select the minimum or the maximum possible element and place at the appropriate index. We will see, and we will see what is the time and the space complexity of each and everything, and when we analyze it. The third algorithm which we will see is the insertion sort. Now this insertion sort is based on the technique of decrease and conquer. Now what do I mean by decrease and conquer? If there is a large problem of size n, you decrease it by factor 1 or by any factor k and solve the remaining thing. That is called as decrease and conquer. The fourth algorithm that we will see is the quick sort. Now this quick sort is divide and conquer. Divide means if there is a large problem n, you divide into two equal parts and you solve both the equal parts. Or I say divided by 2, it might be divided by 10 as well. What is the difference between decrease and conquer and divide and conquer? In decrease, you will decrease by a constant factor. Decrease means subtraction. Here you divide it by a constant factor. And the fifth algorithm that we will see is the merge sort. Now this merge sort is also divide and conquer algorithm. You divide the solution into two equal parts and you go on solving it. The next sixth algorithm that we will see is the heap sort. Now what is this a heap sort? This heap sort is the transform and conquer algorithm. These are the 6 algorithms for your syllabus, and if time permits, if I can make the video, I will make the video on shell sort, and 8th one is the counting sort. Now for shell sort and counting sort, the numbers has to be in a range, then only we can apply. This is a very small chapter, very easy chapter as well. This is what we will discuss in this chapter. Please pause the video and make a note of it. Thank you. Let us see the first sorting algorithm on the bubble sort. Now it is a brute force technique. Brute force means the naive approach, the common approach. Now we will find the solution in all possible ways, or we apply the less intelligence and try to get the solution. And it is based on the principle of pairwise comparison. Now what do I mean by pairwise comparison? Suppose this is the array. Let's take an array. Say the array elements is 30, 20, 10, 50 and 40. Okay, let's take 40 over here. And let's take 10 over here. Okay, and if I can apply the bubble sort over here, it is a pairwise comparison. Now what do I mean by pairwise comparison? First you take the first two elements, 20 and 30. Now you check, we want to do it in ascending order. Is 20 greater than 30? Yes, is 30 greater than 20? Yes, 30 is greater than 20. Therefore, you swap these two. Hence, 20 comes over here and 30 comes over here. Next, you go to the next pair. Now, what is the next pair? 30 and 40. Is 30 greater than 40? No, do not swap it. Next, you go to the next pair, 40 and 50. Is 40 greater than 50? No, you don't swap it. Next, you compare 50 and 10. Is 50 greater than 10? Yes. 10 comes over here and 50 comes over here, and you see that in the first iteration the largest element is bubbled up at the last location, hence it is called as bubble sort. Now this is being the largest element. Now if it is the largest element, I need not consider this pair because it is unwise to compare 10 and 50 again. It's a waste of time. Now again you compare, is 20 greater than 30? No. Is 30 greater than 40? No. Is 40 greater than 10? Yes. Therefore what will happen, you have to swap these two. This comes 10 and this becomes 40, and you see that the second largest element is bubbled up. Now I remove this pair because there is no point in comparing it. It means at each iteration when element is sorted and one pair is reduced. Are you getting it? One element is sorted, one pair is reduced. Okay, next. 20 greater than 30? No. 30 greater than 10? Yes. Therefore you swap it. 10 comes over here and 30 comes over here. This element is sorted and this pair has to be removed. Now is 20 greater than 10? Yes, 20 is greater than 10. Therefore 10 comes over here and 20 goes over here and this pair has to be removed. Now in n elements, if I sort n minus 1 elements, the nth element will be sorted. There is no point in continuing with the nth element. Therefore as soon as I sort n minus 1 elements, the number of pairs becomes 0, and that is the point I need to stop, and this becomes the bubble sort. Is that okay? Now the question comes, what is the relationship between the number of elements sorted and the number of pairs? Already I said, as one element gets sorted, the one pair gets reduced. One element gets sorted, one pair gets reduced. Okay, let's take the array again. Let's take the array as 20, 30, 40, 10 and 50. The same array. I have taken it again. Okay, let me take 50 here so that you understand. There is a swap. Now, how many array elements are there? The number of array elements are 5. Fair enough. Initially, I be the number of elements sorted. How many elements are sorted initially? 0 elements are sorted. Fair enough. And how many number of pairs are there? 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. Let j be the number of pairs. And there are 4 pairs over here. 0 elements sorted, 4 pair. Now 20 greater than 30, no. 30 greater than 40, no. 40 greater than 50, no. 50 greater than 10. Yes, therefore you swap it. 10 comes here, 50 comes here and this is sorted and you remove this. How many elements are sorted? One element is sorted. And how many pairs are there? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 pairs. Okay, now again you come. 20 greater than 30, no. 30 greater than 40, no. 40 greater than 10, yes. You swap it. 10 comes here and 40 comes over here. You remove this. 2 elements are being sorted. And how many pairs are there? There are 2 number of pairs. Again you compare 20 greater than 30, no. 30 greater than 10, yes. You swap it. 10 comes here and 30 comes here. This is being removed. 3 elements are sorted and the number of pairs are 1. 20 greater than 10, yes. 10 comes here and 20 goes over here. Now 4 elements are sorted. How many pairs are there? 0 number of pairs are there. This is the point where I need to stop. And if I see how many, what is the relationship between I and j? Now n is 5. I can write it as n minus 1 because 5 minus 1 is 4. N is 5, it is 3. I can write it as n minus 2, but n minus 2 can be written as n minus 1 minus 1. N is 5, this is 2. I can write it as n minus 3, or you can write it as n minus 2 minus 1. Fair enough? Or n minus 1 minus 2. Okay, n minus 1 minus 2. This is 5 and this is 1. You can write it as n minus 1 minus 3. This is 5 and this is 0. You can write it as n minus 1 minus 4. Is that okay? Now this I can write it as n minus 1 minus 0 as well. Now what is the value of 5? 0. Therefore wherever there is 0 I can write it as I. What is the value of 5? 1. Wherever there is 1 I can write it as I. What is the value of 5? 2. Wherever there is 2 I can write it as I. What is this? 3. Wherever there is 3 I can write it as I. This is 4. Wherever there is 4 I can write it as I. Therefore how many number of pairs are there? N minus 1 minus I number of pairs are there. And how many times this algorithm should run? It should run from 0 to 4. right? N is 5, that means till n minus 1. But when I is 4, how many pairs are there? 0 pairs are there. Therefore, there is no point in running till 4. You can run till 3. Now, what is 3? N minus 2. Therefore, you can write the loop as for I starts from 0 to I less than n minus 1. Less than n minus 1 means n minus 2, I plus plus. Is that okay? And for j is equal to, j again starts from 0. J is the number of pair. Now we start from 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 like this. And how many number of pairs are there? N minus 1 minus I. We say j less than n minus 1 minus I, j plus plus. And you have to compare the pair. How do you compare the pair? If a of j, that is a of 0, greater than a of j plus 1, then what do? You swap a of j and a of j plus 1. This is just the algorithm I am writing. I will write the code in some time. You swap it and you see this becomes the bubble sort. Please pause the video and make a note of it. Then we will see how do we write the code for the bubble sort. Thank you. Let us see the code for the bubble sort. Suppose this is the array and we want to write the code. We say void, what is the function name? Bubble sort. The first parameter we need is an array and the second parameter is the number of elements n. We need two things, I, the number of elements sorted, and j, the number of pairs, int I and j. Okay, and we need one more variable so that we can swap it. We say int temp for I starts from 0. How many numbers we have to swap? Sort n minus 1 numbers. Already I said it. And we say I plus plus for j starts from 0. How many number of pairs are there? N minus 1 minus I, j plus plus, and j is the pair. Here we say if a of j is greater than a of j plus 1, then what we need to do? We need to swap a of j and a of j plus 1. And how do we swap? Temp is equal to a of j is equal to a of j plus 1, and a of j plus 1 is equal to temp. Okay, please pause the video and copy it over here. Yeah, there is no pause button here. So please pause the video and copy it. Meanwhile, I need some rest for my throat. Okay, now let's see how do we trace this. Initially I is 0, n is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4, 0 less than 4, yes. J starts from 0, 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 minus 0 is 4, 0 less than 4, yes. A of j, a of 0 and a of 1. Is 20 greater than 30? No, do not execute this. J plus plus, j becomes 1. A of 1 greater than a of 2. Is 30 greater than 40? No. You say j plus plus, the value of j becomes 2. A of 2 greater than a of 3. What is a of 2? 40 greater than 15? No. J plus plus, j becomes 3. A of 3 greater than a of 4. Yes, a of 3 is greater than a of 4. You have to swap these two. 10 comes over here and 50 comes over here. Fair enough. And you say again j plus plus, the value of j becomes 4. 4 less than 4 is false. You come out of this and you say I plus plus. Now the value of I will become 1. That means one element is sorted. 1 less than 4, yes. Again j starts from 0. N minus 1 minus I. Now what is n minus 1? 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 0 less than 3, yes. A of 0 greater than a of 1. 20 greater than 30, no. J plus plus, j becomes 1. A of 1 greater than a of 2. 30 greater than 40, no. J plus plus 2. A of 2 greater than a of 3. 40 greater than 10, yes. You swap these two. 10 comes over here and 40 comes over here, and again you say j plus plus, the value of j will become 3. 3 less than 3 is false, you come out. Again you say I plus plus, the value of I will become 2. Two elements are sorted. 2 less than 4, yes. Again j starts from 0. 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 minus 2 is 2, 0 less than 2, yes. A of 0 greater than A of 1, 20 greater than 30, no. J plus plus 1, 1 less than 2, yes. A of 1 greater than A of 2, 30 greater than 10, yes. 30 is greater than 10, therefore 10 comes over here and 30 comes over here. Again you say j plus plus, the value of j becomes 2. 2 less than 2 is false, you come out and you say I plus plus, the value of I will become 3. That means 3 elements are sorted. 3 less than 4, yes. Again j starts from 0. 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 minus 3 is 1. 0 less than 1, yes. A of 0 greater than A of 1. 20 greater than 10, yes. 10 comes here and 20 comes over here. Again we say j plus plus, j becomes 1. 1 less than 1 is false, you come out. I plus plus, the value of I becomes 4. 4 less than 4 is false, you come out and you stop the procedure. You see that the array is sorted. Is that okay? Please pause the video and make a note of it, whatever you want to make the note of this. Now let us see how do we analyze this algorithm. Okay, let's see what is the time complexity. It's n square, no doubt. Let's analyze it. Analysis. Now, what is the basic operation? This comparison is the basic operation, right? This is the part in the innermost group. You can say, sir, why not these 3 things? Yes, you can take these 3 things as well, but I say you that no matter whether you are swapping or not swapping, comparison always takes place. That means comparison is the basic operation. And how many basic operations are there? There is one number of basic operations. Now if you want to write it mathematically, you can write it as summation I is equal to 0. It starts from 0 and it goes up to what? N minus 2. It's not n minus 1 because less than n minus 1 is n minus 2. Again there is a summation from 0 to n minus 1 minus I. Summation of j equals 0 to n minus 1 minus I. And how many basic operations are there? One basic operation. Now how do we solve this? How do we solve? The question comes, how do we solve this? Now the first thing is you can use the table method. That's the that's the easiest method as well. Now what do I mean by the table method? You make the 2 columns over here, I and j. Now suppose if I is 0, how many times j will run? That's what I mean it. Now if I is 0, j runs from 0 to n minus 1 minus 0. Fair enough, because I is 0. That means it runs for n minus 1 times. Therefore, j runs for n minus 1 times. If I is 1, how many times j will run? It starts from 1 and it is n minus 1 minus 1. It is n minus 2 times. If I is 2, how many times it will run? I substitute here 2, n minus 1 minus 2, n minus 3 times, and so on up to the last value of I. The last value of I is n minus 2, right? Because when it is n minus 1, it is failed. It is n minus 2. How many times it will run? Wherever there is I, substitute n minus 2. N minus 1 minus n minus 2. Therefore, it is n minus 1 minus n plus 2. This is equal to 1. It runs for 1 time. And when it is n minus 1, it stops the execution. Therefore, when I is 0, we have taken part of this particular thing for each value. That means I need to apply summation. I have to apply summation on this part. Now, if I apply the summation on the jth part, what do I get? I hope you have written this. If not, pause the video here. I don't have that facility. Of course, you will be having it. Okay, yeah. Now, you have to add the jth column. And if I add the jth column, what will be T of n is equal to n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 3 plus so on up to plus 2 plus 1. What is the sum of n minus 1 natural numbers? Is that okay? Okay, if you get confused, some people might get confused. I say put m is equal to n minus 1. Therefore, t of n is equal to m plus m minus 1 plus m minus 2 plus 2 plus 1. And this is what? M into m plus 1 divided by 2. Fair enough? Now what is m? M is n minus 1. I can write it as n minus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. This is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. And this is what? Big O n square. And this is what? Big O n square. Therefore, the time complexity of the bubble sort is n square. It is the least used algorithm. Normally, we don't use it bubble sort. We go for merge sort, quick sort or heap sort. The reason being is it is very highly complicated, very high, time complexity is very high. Is that okay? And this is a brute force technique. Brute force means you try out all the possibilities, go in the naive way, the lenient way, that is called as the brute force, and this becomes the analysis of the bubble sort algorithm. Is that okay? I hope you have understood it, and if you have any difficulties you may ask it. Now let's see the second algorithm on the selection sort. Now I am completing the video.